Hello, everyone. Welcome. Glad you're here. I kind of had to skip this last week, unfortunately, so glad we're here for the live stream today. Last week was preparing for that big, huge storm that was coming in with Ian, and of course, wiped me out for some days with some power, which came back over the weekend. So happy there. Very lucky, very grateful that the worst that happened with some tree limbs down and we lost power and no damage, no flooding where I'm at. So that worked out really well. House is kind of elevated too, so that works where I live. But yeah, everything worked out great. So very, very happy. Wishes, of course, best wishes to everyone out there who is dealing with anything or had any kind of loss, of course, or whether it be personal, physical, property, whatever the case may be. Wish everyone the best out there and all the other there's different states, not just Florida, of course, but went up to the South Carolina and that kind of stuff. So again, just wishing the best for everyone, of course, especially the west part of Florida really, really got hit hard. So doing that there. But again, happy to be here. Happy to be on here again, just saying hello. You can see in my screen right now, just coming from the traditional market, something I like to kind of just cover and see. The last couple of days, the markets have done well. I mean, they basically surprised it didn't happen the end of last week. They were definitely oversold. So the markets were oversold. There's probably some short covering coming in, things of that nature. So you can see the Nasdaq up big 2 straight days, the Dow Jones up big. But I just think these are just bear market rallies. I think these are just little dead cat bounces that go into the cycle. I still see a downward trend. If you look at the channel here, we're still in the channel. This right here, this bounce up 2 days is right in the channel, but it had so many days of sell-off that you can't just only go down. No markets go only down, right? So I did sell half of this position that I'm in, my SQQQ. I was mentioned before. This came up here. This is great. Look, Lux Algo. When we got into this range and the blue X, I sold half, and I'm still holding on to half because I still think it'll be fine coming back. And I'll look to take the profits and buy back in lower and have even more for going back up. So that's my plan until things change. Because right now, if you follow macroeconomic stuff, there's a lot going on with the UK government. There's a lot going on with them having to protect or possibly even start putting some QT and buying their own government bonds and cutting taxes. And if a lot of things go on, there's some threats right now with Credit Suisse and with Deutsche Bank globally. And they're saying this could be a Lehman moment. I don't know, but they're large banks with large positions and holdings. So if any of that happens or were to happen or bring anything down, the fear they're saying, and maybe that's why the market's rallying a little, is they think the Fed might have to pause the brakes on this tightening and start maybe have to start stepping in and buying up treasuries again and providing liquidity to the market if there's a liquidity crisis. So that's, I think, what they're betting on. I don't know if that's going to happen. I still think there's more downward pressure. We're in a recession. The third quarter ended. We probably had a third quarter again of declining GDP. 2 quarters is what is considered a recession. Now we're going to 3 quarters. So I just don't see how. So, but that's just that. So I always like to cover that there and give a quick overview. Lux Algo is great. I have it there. I'm also shorting here. The U.S. real estate market went way up here. As you can see, I bought in, went way up here, took profit, same thing. So 50%. This range is basically a take profit zone, and the green range is basically where you should start looking to buy. And of course, they have their indicators. So definitely took same thing, 50% profit. Seeing what happens here. It did go below this yellow line, so that makes me want to watch it more and see what's going on. But just give me some highlights there. And the U.S. oil market is starting to rally, which I was a little early on, so I am down on right now. But I think we're going to start coming back up here. This is just a range I had here for some different support and resistance. And you can see where the ranges are. And, going into colder weather, going to all the issues with that Nord Stream pipeline and the gas and Russia and Ukraine and the war and NATO and this and that. There's a lot going on, and the winter months are usually pretty harsh on demand for oil. OPEC Plus looking to cut production to raise prices. So, all this is building into right now this. So I have the UCO, and that's what I'm in right now. It's a 2x leverage. So I'm looking here for a bounce and hopefully get some good profits up in these ranges. So that's just my personal on that. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Of course, I know I haven't asked yet, but do me a favor. If you're new here or not new here, I have drip of different stuff here. Give this a like, give this a subscribe, leave me a comment here. Love to ask questions, chat with anybody here, give questions to anyone, answer questions, whatever I can, or cover something or go into something or whatever the case may be. So I'd love for you to do me a favor, give it a like, subscribe, leave a comment, get back, and right here and see what we can cover So lots and lots of stuff there with that. And the regular main coins here, recover and different stuff here, and I have them all down here. So lots of great things with that. So far, get some nice rebounds, as you can see. Happy to see Matic moving up again. Happy to see XRP moving back up. I have that. I have Cardano. Have some ETH and Bitcoin. So, those are the main ones that I'm really working on. Of course, BNB is work a lot of stuff on the Binance Smart Chain. And if it dips back into the low 200, I definitely want to be buying and holding that. So it's just something also being looking into there. But, again, just happy to be back. Happy all the rest of you are doing well. Hope the rest of you are safe. I know a lot of people think that I'm just an angry person and just an angry hater, and I hate certain projects and I'm just a bad person and blah, blah, blah. And, to each their own. All I do is try to share information, is try to share facts. To go into one of the first ones here, I've been saying for a while, so people are asking about, and I think Ooze is going the wrong way. I've been saying that for a while. I don't see any buying coming in. I pretty much feel like it's just going to be a slow drain. It just continually goes down until it just runs out of money. I don't see a recovery for Ooze. I mean, look at this. Unless they do something, again, doesn't have any utility, doesn't bring any revenue, there's not really buys coming in, and you just see it going down as far as I keep going back. I just keep going back. It had that one pump that while back here, and that's when I was holding tokens. And once that line crossed, I started selling, and I've been just doing the same and claiming. And, I've ROI'd. I hope if you're in it, you ROI'd as well. People asked me they thought you should get in, and I always said, hey, try not to catch a falling knife. You should, so don't look at the buy unless you see a reversal. The reversal hasn't happened. So, just kind of continuously waiting there. If you look at the Ooze stats, the TVL now is under 1 million, and it's just draining. The players really haven't moved much. The amount of people in it haven't moved much. The price just keeps going down every single day. And now we're only at 800,000 left TVL from the 1, 2 million, 3 million, whatever it was. And it's just going down every day. Pays 1%. And it's going down more than 1% every day. So all I do is claim, Let's see. What do we have here? Give me 1 second to take a look. Said I'm not in Ooze, but someone made a good point in Telegram that I was in. People are just buying NFTs at discounts and not the Ooze, ruining the project. It could be, but there's still, not everybody could do that. And I don't know. I just heard a lot of different things with Ooze as well. And it's totally possible. I haven't looked and dug into that or researched that. So it's totally plausible. But you have to have, that's why you need to have some kind of revenue utility coming in. It has to have something else. If it's just an ROI project, then it's no better than any other ROI project that doesn't have any revenue. Now, there are some we cover that have utility. There's some we cover that utility is coming. We'll see how that all works and plays out. But that's just what I know right now from it. Someone here, let me see, Living La Vida Crypto says the utilities are coming. Well, I hope so, because I don't want to sit here and drain and watch my Ooze go all the way down, and I would love to be able to compound again and, and sustain this for longer and, have reached my max payout. That would be great. But, as of right now, and as I'm waiting, all I can do is just protect what I have there. And I'm just looking to, keep doing that until I see something different. I don't see, any funds coming in or revenue utility. So once it does, I'm happy to reverse course on that for compounding and looking to build back up. So I guess we'll just see how it goes, obviously. So we'll go, Walletgram and raffle. I've heard a lot of different things, but I'm at the point now in this bear market and different stuff that, I hear lots of things. There's a different protocol I was in from a while back that's gone all the way down, Stake. If any of you know about Stake protocol and Stake, and they have this and they have that, and they have a raffle coming and a lottery, whatever. But all these things are coming while it just drains down to nothing and doesn't add players. And if you don't add players, you don't have new inflows of cash, the project can't sustain. That's just how it works with some of these, and you have to find a way to bring in more income or bring in utility. And without that utility, it's just inevitable. The writing's on the wall. So someone, yep, thanks. See here, Richie, I've been holding off on them because of that, and I understand. That's what I said. I think we chatted before. I said, I would wait to see a reversal. I wouldn't want to catch a falling knife. I think you were asking me in the $3 range almost, if my memory serves correctly. So, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. We just give simple suggestions here, what I would do, different things. Everybody does their own stuff. But I was saying personally, me, I wouldn't be buying it at that $3 range. And you're asking me, I was going to keep waiting. So we'll see what happens. So that's just covering that. There's some other stuff here, just want to go over and chat. And I'm not sure how long we'll have this here. Let me take a look. Give me a peek 1 second here. Sorry about that. So let's take a look on my end here. Let's close this here. And I'll go into some other projects and stuff too. I mean, I want to cover, of course, Drip, Animal Farm, Furio, all that kind of stuff there. Let's come into some of these here. Stable Fund. A lot of people are in different Stable Fund. I'm in Stable Fund. These are just different funds in my particular hardware wallets in there. I have 739 Matic in my wallet. I took out a huge chunk because I wasn't sure. Again, I only played with $500 to see what's going to happen with that. And I wasn't really sure. But I'm just a little concerned right now with this because, I know they have coming up in Dubai, coming up in November, next month, they're going to show off the trading bot. I know they trade, from what he said, Michael, different commodities and US dollar to gold, US dollar to oil, and some other things like that. So, I know there's a lot of different things, but and I was saying some stuff of concern, and they injected over 1 million Matic back into the balance, and they put up to about 3.5 million Matic from like 2.4. They put in over 1 million. It was 3.5. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's great. So I continue to claim and compound back in a certain percentage. My personal way I was doing it was whenever I claim, I was reinvesting 70% back, keeping 30% for me, and just doing it that way. Let me see. The event. Okay, well, I didn't know that. I haven't followed, so thank you for someone saying that there. Thanks for Matt saying that the event was canceled. They will show the bots in an AMA soon. I think they were trying to be a sponsor for that AMA and stuff. And maybe that's some stuff. Maybe that's just fear. I don't know. But let me just refresh this here real fast. 2.752, 2.83. Okay, so it went up 30,000. So that's a good thing from the last update. That's positive. But I was just basically a little concerned here of the fact that it was just going down. Went down like 700,000 Matic alone on that side being claimed. And, the contract balance is a big thing for me. Should I keep myself in there? Should I stay in there? If you're not familiar with Stable Fund, basically the way it works, it's a trading bot. They pay 1.5% a day. They have a 3% deposit fee. 3% deposit fee goes if you hold S-Rocket. I do have S-Rockets down here in the bottom right, as you see. I'm highlighting. So they get paid twice a month from the deposit fees from S-Rocket for 3%. And then they pay the 1.5% a day. And then after 20, and it has a 28-day lockup period. So your funds are there for 28 days. And after 28 days, you can claim and withdraw it if you like. Now, if you reinvest any of your income back in or your dividends back in, then that as well has a 3% deposit fee. And that extra amount has its own independent 28 days. So your initial clock doesn't reset. It's just each amount you put in resets to 28 days. And you can compound back in or just claim only or do whatever you want, up to you. So if just in case someone not familiar with how that works, it's on Polygon. It's on the Matic Polygon chain. Matic is the main token of it. And they also offer BNB, and I believe they also offer BUSD. I don't know if they have any of the other ones active yet or not. So if somebody could tell me, that'd be great. But they have that there. And then Rich was saying here that they were at a crypto event today too. So yeah, I'll have to dig into the Telegram later and check out some of the stuff and what was going on and read up on that. I do want to just cover it here and just go over it. Everybody wonders, like, is it too good to be true? It's too good to be true. It's paying 1.5% a day. But if they're doing what they're doing so far, I was able to get back my initial. And right now I'm playing with the house's money. So I have no complaints there. Just going, continue from that standpoint, and hopefully it keeps going for a long time. I hope it goes for a long time. I mean, that's the whole point of all this stuff. So another one here that's also on Polygon is Optimus. If you're not familiar with Optimus, let me go here 1 second. I think it's this one. Yeah. So Opt2, look at these big buys and sells here. Look at that. Whew, look at that. That's definitely the bots. And there are bots right now trading against the other bot. So it's kind of interesting. But that's the chart here right now, Optimus 2. They first started being paired with Matic I don't even know how old it is. A month, a little over 6 weeks, 8 weeks, something like that. 2 months. I don't know how long it is right now. But they, you know, they switched it and they made that pairing with USDT. Now this is a totally different. It's also on Polygon. Same thing here. This is the main part. They added a new wrap feature. I don't have it logged into there, but I'll put it in there. But it's 1% a day, passive. But it's a rebase. But they also burn tokens, and they show you that there when you logged into the account. They added a new feature to wrap the tokens now. So you don't get the daily rebase, it's the wrap token, so the price appreciates from there. And when you unwrap, you get all the rewards, of course. And the reason why they're doing that is because they're supposedly, as of tomorrow, it's supposed to be Monday, but I guess pushed back a few days. Tomorrow, I'll be launching on an actual centralized exchange called MEXC. So I'll show the website of MEXC here in a second. Let's take a look. MEX, I think it's just MEXC. I think that's all it is. Yeah, so MEXC is the centralized exchange here that they're going to be on. This is, where they're, so basically they had to have a wrapped option to be able to have it on exchange, but you can't have like the rebase and the DeFi work in exchange. It just doesn't work, all that stuff, the tokenomics mechanics, smart contract, all that stuff. I'm not a coder. I don't pretend to be, so I don't know all the mechanics. I just know what they say. But basically, you need a wrapped version, of course, for it to be there. And they're going to start having some promotions of pushing it there. So they're hoping this could bring in a lot more investors, a lot more people to holding the wrapped token version and getting their 1% profit via the wrapped token price appreciation rather than earning 1% more tokens a day. So that's why they have that there. And you can see it's still slowly, steadily going up. $1.48 right now. I've pretty much already got 80% ROI myself, still holding what it's worth, paper worth, because again, it's only worth what it's worth on paper. And until you claim it, it doesn't count. So, October 6th. Thanks, Van. October 6th, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. I heard DeFi Dude say the same thing on a video, just was double checking, but thank you for that, for confirming. And he does a lot of different videos and shows that he's a big part with developers of this project. And he said that this also has, it's a trading bot, right? So it has 3 different trading bots. He said there are 2 to trade 2 different Matic pairs, and then it also trades this one as well from the buys and sells that come in. But because there's no fee, so there's no deposit fee, there's no fees to buy, there's no fee to sell, no taxes. The only thing you have is basically your gas fee. That's it. Buy and sell, and as long as you're holding it every day, you get 1%. Added to you in addition to how it trades, and just went up a penny as you see. So because of that, they said there's some other bots that are in here as well trading this. So some other people have bots trading this token, and the main algorithm bot is trading as the other bots. So it's bots against bots on bots with bots, basically. So he said he doesn't think it's much of a concern, but they're looking into it with the other devs just to double check on some of that or see what they're going to do or how they're going to, maybe leave it alone or handle that. I don't know. I even personally, was claiming every so many days just to get some ROI. But right now, I've just been holding off because I've been probably the last couple of weeks when I heard about the centralized exchange. So I'm just holding off. Basically just waiting, to see what happens when it does get listed there. Does it get some extra buyers? Does it get some new eyes? Are people going to start putting funds into it? They're asking the community to open an account on MEXC, which helps them as well, and to buy some or transfer some of the wrap OPT and trade it there. And basically, depending on the price, you may even have some arbitrage. So you might be able to make some money on arbitrage, resell it there, take the money, move it back to the DeFi side, buy more of the regular OP2, maybe wrap it again. So there are supposed to be some opportunities for some arbitrage, supposedly. I'm not really getting into that game, but there are people who do it. But right now, that's something I'm just not going to bother with right now. I may look into it later, but that's not something I'm looking to do. But the availability is there, and it's been doing pretty well. You can see here if I go out. I mean, since they you go to the daily. It's kind of hard to see the daily because of the fact that it hasn't been that many days. It's a partnered and traded with USDT. It was used to be on Matic, but it's a slow, steady what it's supposed to do, and the bot's supposed to do and build. So I'm just hoping for a pump. I'm hoping there's something there that'll kick in and be a pump. To bring it maybe close to $2 or something and take a bit of profit then and just keep moving from that standpoint. So that's just my personal looking to do there. So wanted to cover that. That's pretty cool here. Furio, of course, in Furio, as you know, definitely building here a nice team. If you see my videos or not familiar with or know, I'm doing that here. People reaching out to expect this week to have things together. I have 2 different teams. Other ones are ready. I max them out at 30. There's a specific reason for that. So right now, this team, last I checked, had 10. I don't know if anybody's added since. No, we're still at 10 right now. This is Team Trinity. Obviously, from the Matrix, it makes total sense that I had Team Neo first, had Team Morpheus second, and of course, now we are on to Team Trinity. And we're doing great. Have private chats there. I like the project overall. And one of the things that I've been getting called out from people in like the DJ Protocol Telegram chat and other ones saying I'm some Furio Maxi and all I'm trying to do is crap on drip. It's not true. I was totally pro drip. My things are already well known. I'm not even going to keep going into all the stuff that I have. I've covered them already. I've covered for everybody who wants to know, everybody who already seen it and now is aware of it, knows the issues that have gone on between Forex and other things and the whales. So it's all out there. So if you want to know more about it, you can go to the previous videos and watch it. I'm not looking to cover more into that and beat that dead horse because that's already been discussed. And whoever's going to believe it is going to believe it. Whoever isn't. So it's nothing much more I can do there for anybody. But at least that information is there. So, well, yeah, I hear you. Saying drip basically crapped on itself. It doesn't need help from anyone. And it's just they let it go too long. It's been going from that respect too long. I'll cover that here in a second. But the bottom line is I am not, and I said this in the video yesterday, I'm not a maxi to anything. I don't think anybody should be a maxi to any one investment or any one thing ever. I think that's sometimes that blinds you, doesn't let you think objectively, doesn't let you can't have emotions and that kind of stuff no matter how much you've made when it comes to investments. You could have bought Apple years ago. You could have bought Tesla a long time ago and ridden that thing all the way up and made a ton of money. Great. And still hold Tesla or trade it. Great. But you can't be a max and say, oh, Tesla, that's it. It's the best stock ever. You shouldn't own any other stock. If you say Tesla's ever going to go down, you're fudding it. Well, Tesla's down like over 50% from the beginning of the year. And it'll eventually, because it's different. It's a publicly traded company and actually makes a real product. So I'm just using it as an example. But you can't say, oh, you're fudding Tesla, you're fudding Apple, or you're fudding Amazon. It's just when things are going down, you take advantage of it. And I was shorting certain stuff like the markets. You can't really short DeFi projects. But my point I'm trying to say is you move on. If you made your money and things are changing, you move on or you change your approach. So I changed my approach where I was just basically saying I'm going to be claiming more. So I'm not a maxi to anything. I don't think anybody should be a maxi to Bitcoin. I don't think anybody should be a maxi to ETH. I don't think anybody should be a maxi to Furio. Nobody should be a maxi to Drip. No one should be a maxi to any project that exists or any one investment. Utilize your time, make whatever money you plan to make. If you make even a ton more and it does tremendous and it goes whatever, times multiple X, amazing. But you can't just be pigeonholed to one thing, one project, one thing. So I'm going to ride this as long as possible, building these teams. Going to have people on there. Would love to have you on there. I have a video. Join my Telegram group. I'll even have a link there. There's a link in this description. How to join the Telegram group. How to join the team. Love to have you there. And we're going to ride it for as long as we can ride it. And then the whole point is it's a team wallet. It's not my wallet. It's not the Schiller's wallet. It's a team wallet. And we're going to have that together for everybody. And everybody's going to join and earn equally off the rewards. I have a lot of more that I've gone into future detail with that before in the past. So I have that there. But, it's just, I'm excited for it. We're going to ride it. We're going to use it. We're going to, everybody hopefully prosper. Hopefully they have lots of great other utility they're going to be adding. They have the Furbot coming. They already have their LMS that's earning money. They're going to be selling the Furbot NFTs to raise more money, to trade, to then also add to the LMS. They have some other utility coming with Furbet and the casino games should be launching soon. Later on, before the end of the year, they're going to have a sports book to get more revenue, more utility. And they said they have even more things they want to keep adding for revenue and utility for the overall ROI platform and the whole ecosystem. Because, the sports book is going to have its own, or the Furbet's going to have its own token. Furbot has its own NFT and all these different stuff. So, there's just a lot of cool things that they're doing there. And I hope it goes for a long time. But the thing is, I'm not going to become a maxi and start putting it in my, drip maxi in my name and Telegram and all that stuff. No, we're all going to do it for as long as possible. We're all going to ride it out for as long as possible, make as much as possibly can. and maybe second wallet or not, or second NFT or whatever the case is, and then use those profits to keep expanding the overall investment holdings, to keep growing your profits, keep growing your portfolio, and you use that money to expand. You ROI, you take that money, you put it somewhere else. You ROI, take that money, put it somewhere else, and you keep planting these seeds, you keep planting this garden, and you keep making this huge investment garden. That's how your money grows. You can't just live and die with one project. I just don't have. So anybody who thinks I'm a Maxi the Furio, call me out, obviously does not know what I talk about, doesn't know my videos, doesn't know my message, doesn't know anything. They're just mad because because I show that drip has fundamental mechanic issues. So again, if you want to be on here, we'd love to have you on there. And this thing is the best, most boring chart that exists. Look at that. This is what the LMS does. This is the chart, you know? So it's awesome. You can see the chart here every day, back and forth, just sitting there. The LMS is making money because the price range is 450 to 550. They have their weekly AMA show, which is also amazing. The devs every week give an update for about 30 minutes. They come on, they do a show, they answer some questions that are in advance, they announce some things. They said some new Max Wallet innovation they're looking to share. The Max Wallet innovation is going to be different options you're going to have when you reach that status. They're looking to do things to make the project more long-term and sustainable. They're looking to close loopholes, loopholes. They've made changes from when it first launched. They continue to innovate and make changes. And that's the beauty of what's going on here. And that's why I have a problem with some of the other ones, because they're not doing that. It's one thing, it's stuck, it doesn't change, it doesn't have any utility. Now, again, utility is coming, and we're going to cover that here. But again, I just think look at that. This is an amazing chart. So if you like Furio, if you're in it, great, awesome, give us a like. Also, leave me any questions or comments. And also, if you want to know how to join or something else, please do so. All the information is there. Yes. So let's just show something here with drip. 1 second. So this is the thing I have here. Okay. So again, Furio trading 450. It's doing great. This one here right now, this is, team of 10. And this wallet, I just keep compounding. We got 95 in the vault right now. It's doing great. And it's a team concept. And to give you a quick idea what's going on with that, the most recent team that closed was Team Morpheus. That was the second team. We maxed here. Let me just show you real fast. Let me go to my team. Takes a second sometimes to load, so give me a minute there. Of course, right? Live stream, and it takes forever to load. So I'm just trying to show you guys that. But while I wait here, let me see. So I'm going to become a drip. Oh, here we go. I went back to the wrong one. Showing the wrong one. Come on. There we go. Balance is 190. And this is all from rewards. I didn't add anything. This is not my wallet. I manage the wallet as a manager. I'm managing it for all of us collectively as a team that we all collectively will earn rewards from and benefit from. So that's how I have that there. And now look how high the first one that I built. I don't even know how old it is barely over a month old. I mean, I think maybe 5 or 6 weeks max. Look, we're up to 331 we've built up to now. So, again, this is a great team concept. It's going to keep building, compounding. You want to learn more, just do that there. So if you can see in drip, the problem I have here is, they're trying to keep the price here around the $7 range. I keep making some big buys in BNB and big inflows, of money coming in, but it's not helping as of yet. And okay, so today's the 4th. The Animal Farm is going to launch in 2 weeks, 14 days Forex Standard Time. So we'll see what that means. We'll see if he launches it on time, any delays. He says he won't, but we just have to go by what we know. So let's see if this time it's different. It may be, but I'm definitely not betting on it. And here Eric was just saying, sad part is, even some agreed inside, they are too deep and need to survive. Either way, a whale that wants to milk it or someone with a terrible risk management. And yeah, there are a lot of insiders, a lot of people in the Dow, a lot of whales that talk to others that I've heard from that basically said, they know it's got issues. They know what's going on, but what are they going to do? They have to just keep shilling it. They have to just keep pumping it, hope new money comes in, because all they care about is their personal earnings. And a lot of the shillers keep pushing it because they want to keep getting new money to join under their team wallet so they earn the referrals themselves. Look at that wallet from Neo. That Neo wallet, I started with 2 fewer, maybe 1.87 or something. we're up to, just from rewards and from compounding and the one being a fast team. That's the point of having at least 30, be a fast team, and you get airdrops from the devs that gets distributed to the team members. And then the team wallet keeps a little bit of it. But 331 built up on only 30 members. Okay, so let's do the math. 30 members had to join with just a minimum of 30 fewer. That's what I had on there. Now it's 50 fewer because the price was higher. Now with the LMS, the minimum requirement is 50. But when I first started, it was 30. So 30 fewer, 30 members, and I only put 2 in to start it. And this team has already built up to over 331 or whatever it was fewer in like 6 weeks. So how much do you think in Drip or other projects that the shillers are earning off of these big, massive teams that they keep compounding, keep getting in new ones? And yes, they give airdrops, and some give more and some give less. I don't know. But do you think any of them would offer to share the wallet and make it equal across the board for equal rewards for all the members, and make it, it's not their wallet, but make it a community shared rep? I don't think so. No. And that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to change some of the things out here, change what's going on with the shillers. And I think once this grows and I can start showing people what it's paying out, what it's earning, how it keep growing, how it keep expanding, I think we can hopefully show a different way to do things. And maybe people think twice about certain people they join under different stuff if they want to actually get rewarded for utilizing something, because this is, again, a collective. So, you have that there. So they've been trying to pump here, going back to Drip, in the price, and the price they've been trying to keep it on that $7 range. It will pop a little bit to $7.50. This is the DEX. I'm going to show Pancake Swap, which I believe is more accurate of the price and harder to manipulate. But keeping it there now, it's really being hard to even keep the $7 price. I mean, there'll be 25 BNB buy, there'll be a $10,000, $20,000, Drip buy. It'll go up 20, 30 cents. It gets gobbled up like within minutes, right back to the same. It's just, there's too much out there right now. And the problem with mechanics is you could let it sit here. If you have 1,000 Drip and you don't want to compound, you could let it accumulate every day, 1%, accumulate in your wallet, which means you're not adding any taxes back to the system by compounding. So you don't get that 5%. You're just sitting there building. And eventually you can just claim and sell a huge drop on everybody. There's ways to avoid the whale tax. I've said you can't do it. So I made a video. Now that I have power back and I can get back to some things, I'm running some scenarios on a spreadsheet where I'm looking to show the difference. And let's see if that's legit what they say. They say that airdropping and basically waterfalling your wallets, so to speak, so you avoid the whale tax, is actually not hurting the protocol, that it's actually helping by paying more taxes, just using the same Drip you earn with no new money coming in. I don't know how that's possible, because the whole point of the whale taxes is as it keeps growing, the tax goes higher and higher. That's how you help the protocol. But, I can't say no until I run the numbers. So once I run the numbers and I run both scenarios in a spreadsheet and I add up the taxes, what would have been and spreading it, then there's this great calculators that exists out there. I'm just going to plug in the numbers, let the calculator run everything, and just add it all up. I just haven't had time to run some of the scenarios, but I'm going to do that. And I really want to show they could be right. If they're right, I'll say, hey, look, waterfalling doesn't hurt. It actually doesn't make an effect. Here's the proof. It's right. Case closed. Or it is hurting. They made it up. It was a lie and it was misleading. And here it is. Either way, I'm just going to show whatever it shows and whatever way it leads. And, and if it's right, I'm going to say it was right and it doesn't matter. So you can ignore following that and let them do whatever they want. Or it does matter. We're going to find out. So, that's a project of mine that I want to do. But, I've been saying that, and I'll show some of the Dune stats. I just did a video. People always mad, blah, blah, blah. But let me go to wherever Drip is. Where's Drip? That's Animal Farm. But Drip, like I keep saying, look, I said it's going to keep going down. I didn't think it had much ability to withhold. Once I saw this flip over here, I was like, there's a lot of downward pressure. This was a Heikanashi. That's why there's so many red candles. There may even be an update in green. It's a certain type of bar candle, but it helps visually to see trends with my trading lines and with my moving average lines. And now we're back down to 626 on Pancake Swap. I mean, it's dropping every day. I mean, look here, 155 buys, 403 sells. There's only 56K volume so far today on Pancake Swap, but there's more sells than buys on the transactions. And that's one of the things I say is that The utility needs to come. Revenue needs to come. A way to do things to come. But I keep saying it's later. It's later. I mean, basically, Animal Farm and all this other stuff took 7 months just to get it to reopen. Had that been fixed right away and been open in April, there would have been time to do all these other things and fix it or put other updates or UI. I mean, how long does it take to make a website? I mean, seriously, we're not talking about the early 90s when it was a new thing and people didn't know how to do stuff and you were writing code in HTML and doing all these little other simple things. And I don't even know if JavaScript and those stuff even existed or what other code existed, but like, come on. How hard or how long does it take to create a website? So a new UI for Drip's been talked about for almost a year. There was even pictures teased like in March that is the same tease that came out like a month ago. It's not that hard. I'm not a coder, I'm not a person, but it's not that hard to create a website. I'm sorry. So let me see. Do you think with all the Drip sitting in wallets, it will be going to the Animal Farm? I think a large percentage will. I don't think all of it will. People want to sell right now, want to take profits. People are waiting for Drip to go higher to sell. Because I keep hearing, oh, this is just a temporary dip. This is, the bear market. This is because Uncle Susie Sally's dog got sick and he needs to get an operation. So when the operation's done, obviously making something up here silly because there's always an excuse. But they're basically saying, just keep compounding. Well, number one, the more you compound, the more Drip that's going to be wanting to sell and wanting to claim and keep building bigger wallets. So compound is just delaying. And you can delay for a while. You can kick the can down the street for a while, but how long? So I do think, Matt, that Drip is going to be going to Animal Farm to farm for pigs. I also think what you're doing is robbing from Peter to pay Paul. So you just, again, we need big cash flows. These systems don't have utility. So without big cash flows, there's no utility. There's no other stuff coming in. You need the income to come in. And I find it hard for non-native assets to come in to farm dogs that are going to have a 90% tax or want to sit for 15 months just to get a 30% reduction of a wallet loyalty score, or park them in single stake dogs, hoping they get a B&B return, which we don't even know what the ROI or what that's going to even be. But the pigs BUSD and the pig pen, the BUSD vault was about 30% APY, which is not that high. In the real world, it is. In the real world, 30% is amazing, but in DeFi, it's not for sitting there parking that. So I don't know if the big money is going to come in to farm or to buy dogs at a 90% tax. Because if you buy the dogs, and let's say you farm pigs, okay, great. So you're farming pigs, and I'm going to get back to your question. I know I'm going around about. I promise I'll come back. But something just hit me, a thought, so I wanted to run with it. Well, you say you buy dogs, you farm dogs. So now you pair it with BUSD, BNB, you farm pigs. Now pigs has their own price here, and it pumped up, sold off, and it's kind of sitting right now. So it's sitting flat around that 138, 140 range. I mean, it's down from the 200 from when or 180 something when it reopened back in May. But we'll see what happens there from when the Animal Farm first, relaunched. But what are people going to do with those pigs? Some people are going to deposit it into the pig pen, but then again, you have 50 days. Let's say you deposit 100 pigs into the pig pen and you have 50 days to wait. You can get 2% a day. And what if this price goes from 140 down to 80? You can't sell it. You can't claim it. You can't trade it. You're stuck in the pig pen for 50 days. You get 2% back a day. You're just watching the money down, 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 down. It's, it's not liquid. You can't move it. So that's, I think, but some people, what they want you to do is not trade it. So let's sit there forever and then basically only live off the BUSD. That was what Forex always said from the beginning. So you would have to have, let's say it pays about a 30% APY, which is roughly paying, just conservative. It may pay more. Awesome. Conservative numbers. And I used this example before. And let's say you want to earn 75,000 USD annually from Animal Farm. So you would need $250,000 in pigs parked in the pig pen to earn 75K at a 30% annual APY. Now, that's a lot to build up for the average investor, average person out there and stuff. The pig pen is a time-weighted reward system. So the longer your pigs are in there, the better your rewards are for that and what you earn. It's time-weighted. Forex has said this in the beginning. I'm just using his words. So all these whales that have all these pigs in there, and Forex is 31,000 pigs with everybody else's is in there. Again, the time rated reward. So how are you going to keep up with that? And then that's just counting if the price never moved. If the price went up, you'll make more. If the price went down, you make less. So we don't know which way it's going to go. So to go back to your question of drip, I do think there's going to be a chunk, and let's pull up the Dune stats here for a second while we're looking at that. Let's see which one is here. Here. Okay, so let me refresh this. So we have a little bump, 1.3 million drip sitting in wallets. Okay, 1.3 million. Drip started with an initial supply of 1 million. We have 1.3 million just in wallets. This is not counting what's in the faucet to be claimed that's accumulating. This is not counting what's in the faucet on its own that's been compounded, or in your wallet that you haven't claimed or hydrated. This is in wallets claimed sitting there, 1.3 million. Okay, so I think a big chunk are going to move over. Now, how many people who have that there also have BUSD to pair it with new money? Some will, some whales will. How many of the average person will? I think you're going to have drip being paired with BUSD to go into that pool, and it's going to have whatever taxes it's going to have to feed back to drip. So it'll help a little bit with the deposit or claiming or splitting LP, or whatever. There's some kind of fee, the deposit fee into that farm. So I don't know what it is yet. It was like 2% or whatever it was back then. It's been so long, I can't remember. But I also believe that a large chunk are going to sell. Let's say they have 500 drip. I think a large chunk are going to sell half the drip for BUSD, sell 250, take the BUSD they just generated, pair it with the 250 they have left, make LP pairs, and then deposit it into the animal farm. I believe a lot of people are going to do that. I could be wrong, but that's just my personal belief, which means that's going to put a lot of sell pressure on drip when the animal farm opens. There's going to be people selling. They're basically be selling, again, robbing Peter to pay Paul, selling drip to get the BUSD to raise that money to then create the pair, because they've been sitting on this drip in their wallet. They've been waiting for it. And then they're going to take that money and then deposit it to get pigs. Will they put the pigs in a pig pen, or will they sell them? Hard to say. In the past, pigs had a huge pump when it first came out. And then afterwards, what happened was it started selling off, because people just started selling it because it's just a reward token. They didn't want to put in the BUSD vault. Like, this vault's paying nothing. What the hell am I going to park it here for and get this for? I'd rather just sell it. So that just creates its own downward perpetual sell pressure. So that is my personal opinion. Is I think a lot of drip is going to move over, but I think a lot's going to sell to then move over as an LP or create the LPs. That's just my personal view on that. That's what I believe is going to happen. Let me see here. I believe those drip belong to the whales. Don't capitalize on the pump of the animal farm launching and dump it hard. Totally possible. I don't know. You can see the different wallets that hold it, and some wallets hold a lot. I mean, you can go to the drip. If I go right here, back to here, 2.32, let's refresh this. It's been a while since I did that. 21 more thousand drip has been minted since I refreshed this last. I don't remember how long ago it's been. I said we're going to hit 3 million by October, by Halloween. I mean, that was my prediction a few weeks back. I said when it broke to 2 million and it was minting about 25,000 a day. I said, well, the math is 25,000 a day means in 40 days it mints 1 million. So 40 days out was right around Halloween from when I said it. So let's see if we hit that Halloween 3 million. I was just doing simple math and just using an average of about 25,000 a day, what it was at. It just jumped up 20,000 in definitely less than a day. I don't know how many hours I've been sitting on a computer, but definitely wasn't more than a day for sure. It's probably been from earlier today, some hours. So that's that question. But if you scroll down when you're looking at the token, and this is the link here, BCS scan, I can share this to anyone if they want to have it. See the token here. Here, I haven't copied it, and I'll put it in the comment section. For anybody who wants that and wants to track it and keep it and use it, I just made a comment with it. There it is. But if you scroll down, you go to, where are we? Hold on. Here we go. Info. That's transaction. I already forgot because it's been a little bit since I did this. I forgot how I got the holders last time. So yeah, I haven't even used this in a while. I already forgot. Let's click the contract itself. Anyway, I'll get you the information. I haven't even played with this in a while, but basically there's a way where you can see there and go back and see the individual holders. But I've been so out of it and just getting all my stuff back up that I forgot. I haven't looked at it. So that's my fault. But it's in one of these here. Either way, there's a way you can see all the different holders and how much they're holding. But if you want to look at Dune, let's see Dune here. So 1.3 million drip in the wallets currently. There's 47,488,000 plus sitting in the faucet. So again, these people are going to want to get paid eventually. How much of this is putting pressure every single day in the sell pressure and why the price is going down? So I'm saying click on CA and then the holders. I always forget which different one, but either way, I'll go back to it in a minute. I'm just messing around with different stuff, so I will definitely do that. But let's just take a look here, and I will definitely show it. But let's just look here. Doing this live and doing different stuff. I just out of sight of mind as I'm trying to think of what to say at the same time looking at this stuff. But if I click here and if you scroll down, again, you can see all the wallets. So there's a lot of wallets in different ranges. Okay, that's another thing that's a concern. Why I need that much more money every single day to do that. And you can see all the different stuff here. How many wallets in the larger amounts. You can see the top 100, faucet top 100 wallets on Dune. So let me see if I can scroll down here and not scroll. There we go. So these are the top wallets. This is the drip deployer. So obviously makes sense as number one. But that's one of these are the top wallets here in it. These are also, I think this is 99% sure this is Ray's wallet, one of his. I've seen him use this before in one of his videos, and I know that 517 EC, so I'm 99% sure that's one of his. Shows max payout, how much is where it's at, deposit reached, if they already reached the max payout, how much their last claim was, how much they have available right now to claim. This one has 31,000 sitting in the wallet. This one's 1,000, so that's 220. It's 458. This one has 11,000, 3,000, 10,000, 1,800, 9,500, 3,500, 550. So you can see there's different levels of these top wallets of how much they have right now available, and you can keep going through the different pages. So yeah. Thanks, Spliff. I saw you saying that. That's not a game I want to play. It says you could short drip on open leverage. If someone doing that, shout out to you and good for you. That's not something I'm looking to do. I am actually still my own strategy of what I have. I'm not putting another penny in. I claim basically 2 days, hydrate one. I might claim 3 days, hydrate one. So I'm staying net positive, but I'm making sure I claim and get paid out to myself. That's my strategy, to get as much as I can for as long as possible. As long as the music's playing, that's what I plan on doing. Everybody else has their own strategy. Some people might want to hydrate, keep building. I have no desire to try to hydrate nonstop or build a max wallet in that respect. If this thing's around for a long time and I get there, wonderful. But that's not my plan. My plan is to claim more than I hydrate, pay myself, get as much as I can out, but still hydrate every 2 or 3 days just to stay net positive. I hate hydrating every 2 or 3 days, to be honest with you. I hate even hitting that button. But just being responsible, taking emotions out of it, I'm just trying to see what I can do there and just trying to prolong it and see what I can get out of it. So that's my personal strategy of what I do. Let's see what we have here. Some comments. Yeah. Yep. And then also have 1,000K drip and deposit selling every day to get my ROA halfway there to the ROI. So good for you. Yeah, and I hear you too. That's your problem. I hate hydrating and hydrate, but I hear you, Spliffs. And Van, I hear you too. So yeah, completely understand. Don't knock it. And then if you look here, let me just go to refresh. Another Dune stat, another Dune one here. Get the most up to date. Big candle sell. Buy came in here, but these are some times of lots of sells coming in, pretty negative pressure. And these are the most sales so far in the last 24 hours. So these are what wallet size we're selling and how much they were selling. Of course, max wallets are going to sell the most. Was they either have to sell or they have to airdrop themselves or whatever. Not much they can really do. So that's 7,000 there. These big wallets here are selling, but even some of these wallets here are selling. Even a 200 and 300 and 800 and 900 wallets are actually selling. So they're selling all across the board. These people aren't all just hydrating. And then you have some who are still selling big who are never in the faucet. So you can see that there. You can see how much is sold or a different wallet size in the last 24 hours. So, in the last 24 hours, you can see here how much is deposited, how much is received in payouts so far, how many referrals it has, and how much it's sold. And regardless of what they say in videos, regardless of what they say in Telegram groups, regardless of what they say anywhere else, as you can see, there's a lot of wallets selling a lot of drip every single day. 2,000, 1,600, 13, 12,000, 1,000. I mean, look, 800, 860. I mean, this goes in order of the highest to the smallest. That's a lot of drip of these wallets that have been selling recently. So they're not confident. If they're not, most of them, unless they're max and have no other thing they can do, and they have no other option. I mean, this person has received that much payout, whatever. This is where they're at. I don't know exactly the structure of each of these wallets, but why are they selling drip at under $7? Why are they not waiting? Everybody keeps saying it's waiting. It's going to have a big pump. Drip's going to go back to 50. Drip's going to 100. Drip to the all-time high. This is how we get to 100. This is going to be drip 1,000. But they're selling. So that means they're not confident. And if the big money's selling, that just should tell you something. So that's why I share these kind of things to let people know. Let me see what this says here if I go on. Thoughts on the garden versus faucet? Any help with BUSD part of the LP? Frankly, I'm heavier in the garden than faucet before I became more wise. The garden, to me, I think it's a perpetual, never-ending game to win. There are people who've compounded like crazy. And I got found into 1 million plants or this many plants. That's great. How much gas did you spend? How long did it take you to get there? How much did you actually invest? Did you track how much you invested constantly to get to that point? Because it's a constant built-in decay. So I don't like that constant built-in decay. I unfortunately went into the piggy bank to that constant built-in decay. And I luckily just recently, a few weeks back, finally ROI'd. I still have one that hasn't claims. I'm stupid enough to put a couple $100 a year out when the time came. Because, back in February, I thought this might have that option. And I was more of a believer in those kind of things. I thought there were things being done and promises that have not come to fruition, or knowing any of the facts that I know now. So even with that small couple $100 in there, I've still already ROI'd everything, and I'm still using it. So I still compound it and claim daily. I don't care if it keeps going down. Sometimes I let it sit almost 2 days to accumulate, and then claim and sell. But of course, the more you claim, the less you're gonna get the following day. But even when I compound, the following day is less. That's the thing about the piggy bank with the built-in decay. So I just, the hell with it. I'm done. So, just claim, try to pay yourself. You can't compound only. And I know when you claim, it's going to hurt your, what you earn. Again, not financial advice, just giving my opinion. But, me personally, I do have a small drip garden that I have a long time ago. I compounded a few days. I claimed some, compounded a few days, I claim and have the LP. I was going to save the LP for the garden, for the farm. But I've been recently splitting some of the LP and just selling the drip, to be honest with you, because I just want to cash out at this point as much as I can get for as long as I can get. And I am still going to play the animal farm. I have drip LP stuck in the animal farm from when it paused. So I'm still going to use that to earn pigs. I had the LPs of dogs LPs that were locked that I claimed. And I did my strategy there for that for when the animal farm launches. I want to see what the emissions are, see what's going to happen there. I'm going to try to earn as many pigs as possible, but I am not going to deposit a single pig in the piggy bank. I don't care what it grows to in the future. I don't care if it grows something great 3-5 years from now. I just don't care. I don't trust it. I've lost all faith. I've lost all trust. So any pig I ever earn, I'm going to sell. And that's it. Take that other money for other ideas, other projects, other protocols, other investments. But again, that's just me. But that's cool that you have 300,000 plants selling every day. So yeah, the whole point is try to ROI, compound, claim yourself to whatever strategy helps you to ROI if you haven't yet. But yes, the pancake, thinking of pancake swap. The plants decay is atrocious. Yes, piggy bank is even worse. Yes, and that's why I finally gave up just compounding the piggy bank because it didn't matter. The price kept going down. My daily rewards coming down. I said, I'm never going to win this game. I'm going to go backwards. You can't do that in a minor, especially with a built-in decay. So I just said there's a stupid rewards curve and all that crap that was sold like a bag of goods, like everything else from the snake oil. It doesn't work. So I just said to hell with it. I don't care how much less I'm going to get daily. I'm just going to sell, compound, sell. And I did it. And even though my daily amount went down 80% probably. From when it first reopened in May to now, my daily income has gone down 80% of what it first was paying when I couldn't sell because I had a compound because I was locked and time locked. but I've still been able to ROI because I just said the hell with it. I don't care anymore. I'm just going to sell. I got an ROI, and I just ROI. I did it every day. One day claim, one day compound. One day claim, one day compound. I just kept doing that all the way. And when I was splitting the pigs LP, and pigs were starting to move back up in the 50, 70, when it hit down to the $60s or $70 price range, and I started to go up, I would hold the pigs that I was claiming, rode it, sold, came back down. Again, when I see it going up, I'll hold. When I see the price turn, sell. And that's how I'm trying to maximize profits on the pigs part, and ride the wave, riding price momentum. I'm not going to sell pigs every single day just for the sake of selling it. I'm not stupid either. If pigs are pumping and I'm earning pigs in the farm, I'm going to hold them and let them accumulate my wallet. And the minute that pump ends, I'm out. So that's just my personal what I'm going to do. Let's see what else we have here. Yes, D is saying compounded in the drip garden like crazy. You can never get ahead. I feel like a rat in a wheel. And how much money have you spent in B&B and gas fees just to try to get there? I wonder if anybody even tracks all that. It goes back in their wallet, it looks at every single compound transaction, how much they spend, and add it all up. How much have you spent just trying to go in a circle? Plus, don't forget, drip garden has a tax. There's a wallet with a tax that Forex is taking money out from, and it's the same wallet that minted pigs, and it's got about $1.7, $1.8 million in it, and it's hundreds of thousands have come out in the past and withdrawn. So where's that money gone? Did you even know there was a tax contract that's taken for every single transaction, compound, claim, and everything in the drip garden? Because it exists. So I don't know if you know that or not. Let's see here. Yeah, it's never going to turn off the decay because, again, there's a tax. It's more money from all the different systems and all different places that Forex is making money from on the side and the back end. 90% tax here. Imagine trying to explain to someone this investment from the outside. I know they have all this advertising and stuff. Imagine trying to explain to someone all the different crazy tax systems and all the different decay and say, this is a great investment. You should join. So, we jumped in the beginning. We jumped in based on from what Drip was doing and what stuff I've done with Forex, but we just, to each their own. I've learned my own personal lessons. That's why I won't be any longer. I'll be in Forex in these projects for as long as they work, as long as I can keep using what I have. I would get as much as I can get out of what I have and ride it till the wheels fall off, as they say. And then that's it. I'm out. So, but the last thing I'll cover here in Drip, and I'll be done with this, is also, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, when advertising, they're doing some stuff. I've seen some videos. Now today he's saying some TikTok stuff. Let's see if it works. It's possible. Can bring some money. But let's watch now. Now it's time for the results. There's been talk. Got the new CMO that nobody knows who it is. Probably Ray. Ray's probably the CMO, but there's no talk because nobody says who it is. Going to spend all this money in advertising, but it won't say what doing, won't show any receipts, won't even show what cost, no transparency, which what else you expect is never transparent. Just believe me, I got this. Don't worry. Yeah, it's being done. So that's always been the word. So when when you haven't shown anything and there's been so much discrepancy and lies, people now want to see facts, want to see results, they want to see receipts, but there's never going to be receipts shown. But you have that, and then you have now, what did he say today in a new in his announcement channel? More AMAs lined up. Who the hell wants to hear him in another goddamn AMA? Nobody wants to hear him talk and ramble anymore. No one wants to talk and hear him repeat himself anymore. If you're going to have an AMA, let the person come on and introduce you. Hit play that you recorded. Go to your basically MP3 player. Go to your whatever player you have. Like your built-in whatever you've recorded it on and you've made it MP3 recorded. Play your whole damn dissertation for 90 minutes. Fake answer a couple of questions, 20 minutes, and be done. Nobody needs the same thing over and over and over. It's just basically the same crap. So if more AMAs and more influencers and all the stuff he's always done is his version and his CMO's secret sauce that's so secret and so great that he can't share it, we're all going to be in trouble. So I hope that things work out and extend it longer. I hope this advertising actually works. If there even is advertising that's real money. I mean, he says he can spend $100,000 or whatever the hell the number was. I can't believe anything until I see it. I don't believe anything. Nothing looks to me to show that costed that much money or that much. So it might get banned on TikTok. It's possible. We'll see what happens on that there. No idea. And yes, I agree, D. No or more AMAs needed. We just need top results. Totally agree. That's what we need. We need results. We need to see. That's my biggest problem. That's been my biggest pet peeve and many others for a long time. And the thing is now I think people are waking up. I don't have to keep saying it. People are waking up that as people are selling, people are angry. There's definitely things going on. But look, yesterday there was 111,000 claims to like 50-something thousand compound or deposits. So today there was 65,000 deposits. That's a good number, but it's not a good number to the 96,000 claim. This has been negative every day. Is negative. And then the hydrate number goes up. That's not a positive. The higher the hydrate number is, the more money that needs to be paid out to these people when they start claiming and start wanting to sell, again, putting more downward pressure. And then if you scroll down all the way to the bottom here, you can see total player deposits by range. So all the deposits by different range. And there's a lot of wallets and a lot of different price ranges here. So how are we going to create a way for this to sustain and bring more money in? I mean, this needs lots of money every day. This needs as much money as the U.S. Government does just to run. But look, who's selling the most? Last 7 days. Who's claimed the most? The other one's selling, and you saw that this one's claimed the last 7 days. The big wallets are claiming, telling these wallets to keep hydrating and buy. So again, it's just we need the utility, we need sustainability, and I don't know if Scratchies and some lottery game. I mean, what the hell, Scratchies? That's the most retarded name. But anyway, Scratchies is going to save the ecosystem. I don't think some dogs roulette putting a little bullet in a 6-shooter like a Western old, side 6-shooter with what the hell's his name, Billy the Kid or whatever crap is going to save it. So is the pigs game. People might play it for a while. I agree, people will. How many people are gamers? How many people really want to play a game? I mean, I'm just waiting for something that's really going to do something that's really going to innovate. There's always this word innovate being used, but where's the innovation? So you said they have a lot of rules that they pay to advertise TikTok for brands. So we'll see. I mean, Kim Kardashian just got sued $1.2 million for not disclosing. She got paid to show some coin or something that happened a while back. And she just settled with the SEC and paid $1.2 million. Of course, the usual is not admitting to any default, or not admitting to any fault, but basically still pay a fine. So that's usually how that works out when they work with the attorneys. All the SEC wants is the money anyway. SEC is just basically like an organized mob. They just want money. So they're just all they want you to do is settle with them, and they find something they can settle to keep getting that money to go into their coffers. So that's that. You know what? Yeah, yield main, build your own project, see people invest in you. That's the point. I'm an investor. I don't need to. Number one, Forex hasn't built anything. He's built nothing. You guys know this. I don't know why I keep repeating myself. BB built it. BB ran away. I'm even giving you time here just so that you can have your little shout out here, but he didn't build anything. He's a project manager. So he has some different ideas, but it hasn't worked. So yeah, Drip worked out. BB, they worked out. They did that stuff. There's nothing wrong. This is where the maxis come in. He had one big hit that's done amazing. Guess, high five, give him a clap, standing ovation, take a bow, do all those accolades. Yes, it's been a great project for a while, but now it's not. It's not today. Animal Farm has been a complete debacle from the beginning. It's been a complete just cluster, you know what. It's been all complete just garbage and trash from the beginning. It hasn't worked. It's just been clunked, break, exploit, not do this, not do that, excuse that. So the whole 2022 has been wasted. So he built this project, Drip, that built up, and it was easier to pump back then. And it pumped because of Animal Farm coming. And he was building up a name for himself. And now the whole 2022 has been the complete opposite, destroying everything, crash everything down. You can't just live off of yesterday. Okay, you can't do what got you here. You can't keep doing if what you're going to do is try to get yourself to the next level. You also can't keep living because in high school you had one game and you threw 4 touchdowns for 400 yards, and the final touchdown was a 50-yard strike perfectly to the back of the end zone that the wide receiver caught, and you won by 2 points as time expired. Great. How long are you going to live on that story? It's over. It's done with. What's today? You think people invest in the stock market for what Apple did yesterday or what they're doing tomorrow? Is Tesla stock price built on what it's done yesterday, or what it's planning to do, or what technology they own, or what patents they own, or what they're doing for tomorrow? People invest on what you're going to continue to do and build and what's going to come tomorrow, not what you did yesterday. That's done. The markets are forward looking. So if the markets are forward looking, investors are forward looking. Where's forward looking? So you can't live off the past. The past is the past. So, and let me see here. Yeah, Furio and Elephant Token is the move. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know much about Elephant with Bank Teller. It's not a project I really got into big. I know it's been doing a lot of great stuff there. I'm not very familiar with it, to be totally honest with you. Let me see if I was to, let's see, I will move this for a second. Furio is doing great with that much there, but let's see. I don't even know what the hell Elephant tokens are even called, the different ones. Let's take a look. See, Rapid BNB. And we go on the daily. And yeah, it's definitely been moving out for sure. Again, I don't really know much about it. That was the huge exploit. That was that big thing that happened with that $10-11 million exploit when it all came crashing down. It was going up parabolic, had that huge exploit, which there's many rumors of who did it, who didn't do it. I don't know. I'm not going to start here and speculate. Other people already have those out there. I know that wallet, some of that money is being moved now, Bank Teller said, from an AMA that I happened to catch only because I know Money Mo is with him. And I was trying to support Money Mo and listen a little bit because I was planning on myself and him having a collaboration. So I wanted to hear some of his stuff he does and get an idea of how he does things. And it's been going back up since. So yes. And I know they have other things with thing called Trunk or Peanuts and different stuff or whatever. And I know they lost Peg because of that. And a lot of things are trying to wait to get back Peg. So again, I know there's a lot of possibilities with this. I just personally don't know anything about it. So I'm going to be totally honest. I'm not invested in it. I don't really follow it. I'm happy to just show it there, but I don't possibly know. I think Furio has a great possibility. That's why I'm building a team with Furio. That's why I am looking to have other people join. So again, as of right now, I have a few that have asked me for some spots that I told them I'll have for them for tomorrow and rest of the week. As of right now, there's 20 spots left. My third team. I think I'm going to take a break after this third team and kind of put a pause for a while, unless some crazy demand keeps coming. We'll see what kind of other stuff they announce. Tomorrow, again, it's going to be their weekly 30-minute or so MMA show where they actually share things and go over things and actually are transparent and they keep giving information. So, I think there's a lot there that they're doing. And again, I'm not a maxi. I'm riding the momentum. Right now, they have the momentum. Right now, they're the darling. Right now, people are putting money in. Right now, everything they've done so far has been working. Right now, they said they're going to deliver something on a timestamp. It gets delivered. They have a fiat on-ramp, off-ramp. It is now live in the U.S. with 41 states that you can actively buy. And you can buy on and off from and to your bank account. So you can buy USDC or BNB. You can also transfer the money back to fiat and deposit it right back to your bank account from this on-ramp, off-ramp from their website. They've delivered. They have the Furbot coming. They have the sports book and Furbet coming. LMS, they said we're going to do. It's done. They have some new innovation they're going to say. So and the more stuff they want to keep sharing, what they're going to keep building. Their Fur pool is paying out great. So I'm going to ride the momentum. I'm going to ride it. We're all going to ride it. And it's going to come to a point where you're just going to have to make a decision to start taking those profits and do other things with it. And that's what I'm going to do. So that's what everybody else should do, the same thing. And we'll see what else is coming. Maybe it's still doing great. Maybe Drip and Alpha are still running. Awesome. Maybe something else totally new. A new team comes out with some other new innovation. Awesome. I like Optimus and Opt2. I'm going to keep riding that. I'm going to ride Stable Fund for as long as possible. And then keep doing those things and other stuff coming up. I have Hydro Whales. I'm excited for that to start coming in and start paying out there and paying in Bitcoin. I invested in that Project 79 with gold, and I just got my first deposit, my first profit for my first monthly for the Project 79, which is trading gold bullion. I have that Project 79. I reinvested some and I claimed some. That's my strategy for everything. Claim some to ROI, reinvest some back in. I have yield nodes. I get paid for them every single month. I reinvest 50%. I claim 50% in Bitcoin to my Bitcoin wallet because I want to keep building that bag. That's just my strategy. That's what I do. So everybody has their own. That's, I'm in a lot of different things. Let's see. Most other projects are. I don't even know what you're talking about here. Most other projects are penalizing you for claiming having too many rules or just not working in general. Try again. I don't know what you're trying to say. I honestly don't know what you mean. Like, I'm not following your comments. I apologize. I don't know what you're trying to say there. I'm just not following. So if you want to try to clarify it better, I'd be more than happy to look at it, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, those are the main ones I like to cover every week. Go on here, talk to everybody. Happy people are here watching. Happy people are joining. Happy to be back just talking again. I've been going at it for a little over an hour now, so I think I'm going to be putting this to an end. Take a break. I got stuff to do. Just looking to go on and stuff for the rest of the day. So we'll see. But, I wish you all the best. Again, I hope you enjoyed this here. I would love for you all to do me a favor if you like information. Like, subscribe. You've been giving comments. If you're watching this after the fact, leave me a comment. I will get back to you after the fact. If you're watching this pre-recording, you're catching it then. Like, subscribe, join the Telegram group. Love to have you join the Furio team. I have 20 spots left. It costs about $275 USD to join the team. You have to buy 50 Furio to join. Love to have you there. Hope all of you guys found this information valuable. Glad we can collaborate more, ask questions. I'm going to do this every single Tuesday unless something comes up around 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. All of you have a great rest of your day. And as always, here is to your success.